What is going on out there, world? It's your boy Tommy on the spot. Thanks so much for checking us out here today on Watchalong Wrestling. Normally, when we do these live streams, we have the live chat open. Unfortunately, though, we're getting a little bit of a late start here at the Elimination Chamber. We had everyone come through. We had a little dinner, got a couple brews going, and we are here today for the Women's Championship. First ever Women's Tag Team, first ever, again, because there was champs back in the 80s. First ever Women's Tag Team Championship Elimination Chamber match. It's going to be cool, and we'll go ahead. We'll stream live with you guys here. So if anybody's watching, I will make this clear, though. This is going to be a live stream reaction video. This is not going to be, I'm not going to play the video. We don't want to get flagged. We don't want to turn that off, but you probably could hear it a little bit in the background. So we'll do a little commentary. We'll talk about it as the match happens. And then what we'll do is we will say so long. And then later on tonight, we'll come on and we will stream the men's Elimination Chamber match. So it's not going to be a 4 or 5 hour long show live stream, but we'll live stream the two chamber matches. I've got Dave here. Dave, how are you? Now, just so we know, you don't know anything about who wins this match, right? No. Do you have any picks as to who you think's going to win?
Iconics, maybe.
Iconics, okay.
Or they might just throw us a fast one and have Tamina and Nia Jax.
Oh.
Because I'm sure we would all love them.
We've got June over in the far corner of that house there. June, how are you doing back there?
I'm good.
Yeah. Do you have a choice? Do you have a pick as to who you think's going to win the women's chamber match?
Maybe like Tamina and I don't know.
Tamina and Nia Jax?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Or maybe like the Boston Hog connection.
There we go. Little pick for Bayley and Sasha. Ari, do you have a choice as to who you think is my wife? Ari on the spot. Eots, if you will.
Oh my God.
Do you know who's your pick?
Ari G.
There you go.
Ari L.
There you go.
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax and Tamina?
Yes.
All right. There we go. I'm going to go with the Boston Hug, but let's see how it goes. So we're going to get started here. We are at, right when they're about to start, we're at about, let's see. And there's a shot of the women's tag team titles and each team getting ready to come out here. We'll scooch this just a little bit. Is this blocking your view, Dave? Maybe a little bit. All right, perfect. All right, so the way this is, I think, going to start, they'll start with two teams in the ring. We know who they are already. I believe is it Sasha and Bayley on the Raw side of things, and Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. No, Sonya Deville and Mandy on the SmackDown side of things. I will say, I really thought they were going to give it to Sonya and Mandy Rose, but with them coming into the chamber a little later, I didn't think that. I don't think if they're starting off, they're not going to run the table here. So it says begins with two teams and 4 other pods. How many minutes intervals?
I'm not sure. I mean, they'll tell you a time, but then it'll be false later on about like a minute.
Oh, it's Carmella.
Uh-oh.
So I'll leave it at that. Here she comes.
Kissing in the tree.
Oh my goodness.
Commentary is silent. See, what I thought they would do is Naomi come out and then Carmella come out with it to Naomi's music to like just, you know.
Yeah. Divert any crowd reaction that could possibly happen there. That is pretty cool. They so Naomi and Carmella are both coming out here, and they're both doing Naomi's glow entrance. They both have like neon clothes on and white paint type clothes. They look pretty darn cool with that black light going on.
Cool to the tag team from the start.
Yeah. I mean, they really have blended really nicely. Wasn't there some heat with Lana and one of them? Lana was saying that she was a little unhappy with, I guess, Naomi, because I guess her and Naomi were a bit of a team, and then she went and turned on. She ended up just joining with Carmella rather than going with Lana.
I mean, I don't know if it was a choice. So.
No, probably not.
Unless it was, I don't know, maybe one of his very few.
And for those wondering, Corey Graves is on commentary, so I know there were some folks thinking that maybe they'd give him the night off, and he probably could have benefited from the night off, but he's there, and it is what it is. They're in Houston. They're not in New York or Philly. If they were in New York or Philly, it would probably be a big different story.
Oh my God, what if you have to use the bathroom there?
Well, you would hope. That's a fair point. My wife wondering what would it. Oh, look, it's Beth Phoenix over in commentary.
Oh.
I don't think you drink or eat anything like hours before.
Yeah, no, they can't. Because you think about it, I mean, the announcers, they're out there for like the entire show, right?
Yeah.
Or Corey is at least. So here comes Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan representing the Riot Squad. Nobody here picked them, so I guess no one's thinking for that the night ends with the Riot Squad going through and winning all the belts by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Hey, they were very nice. They were sweethearts.
I know, not my type.
By the way, if you guys are checking us out here for the first time, make sure you go back in the archives. Just put up a video earlier today from my trip, Ari and I's trip to Arizona for the Royal Rumble. Full review there and a little bit of a vlog-style video going through our entire trip there. Some Access videos, some World Collide video, little bits and pieces throughout the weekend. Really gives you a sense for what you can expect if you're going to the Rumble next year, which it was announced is going to be held in Houston next year. So they're getting a little bit of, they're in Houston for this show. They announced that next year it's going to be in Houston as well. Spanish announce team's there. So are we picking a match where we think that Spanish announce team's going to be destroyed? Braun and Corbin, there you go. Unless Shane hits the, my favorite theme song in all of wrestling. Shane might hit the elbow. Right there. All right. Maybe the coast to coast. I guess the coast to coast wouldn't go through the table though. Yeah. Peyton Royce, Billy Kay looking good. Nice matching gear. Sorry. Wife didn't like that. That me saying they're looking good. I meant that they look good there in conjunctive outfits and you know, looking good there.
The theme today is long sleeves.
Oh yeah?
Might be. Everyone has like a long
I don't care.
Oh, you're right.
I think Brock Lesnar looks good.
Hey, Brock's your guy.
Yeah, you
Brock's
don't
my
keep
guy.
that one secret.
Yeah, no, you definitely are.
Soft.
You don't keep
Rusev, yep. Been impressed with the way Rusev is
Change.
yeah. So next up should be Nia Jax and Tamina. And my thought here is the Boston Hug Connection should win the titles here because I feel like, and as I said on my previous show yesterday, the German announce team gets the spot there.
Oh, I love German.
This beer we're drinking is actually from Germany. This is the, in case you guys are wondering, what Ari and I are drinking tonight is the Berghoff beer. And probably we'll have something different a little later on today. Let me know in the comment section what you guys are drinking once this does become public, because right now it's unlisted on the live feed. We did this because I didn't want to confuse anyone in thinking that the stream was live by putting this up, in real time. Because I think right now it's probably, what time is it now? Like 8 o'clock, 8:30 Eastern.
Wow, Nia per diem.
That's right. Our joke is that Tamina is per diem because she kind of shows up once in a while, once every couple of years. So. Yeah, I'm actually very, I know that this is not the first tag chamber they've done. I think they did one in 2015. I think with the Lucha Dragons. I remember the Matadors were in that one because I think El Torito did a big move off one of the pods. But it's got to be super tough to, you're in that little confined space, and now not only are you there alone, but you're there with somebody. It's got to be tough. Looks like they do have the new chamber all set up, which is good. It's a little higher, so if anyone wants to do anything off the top of one of those pods, they have a little more space to do so. They've also got that little thin layer of padding on the outside. I'm sure it still hurts, but at least if you go back in the archives, we just reviewed the Elimination Chamber 2011. That particular match, the steel grating on the outside there of the ring, on like kind of that apron area, was completely and utterly like there was no padding there, and they'd fall on there. It would hurt like hell. It would be grating and not good. So I think here. So if you notice, Sonya and Sonya Deville here, she's out now. Mandy getting her own entrance there. I think both these ladies are definitely going to be stars. I picked them from the beginning.
Oh, Mandy's like Goldust side chick.
Yeah, she's like a female version there. They have they changed the screen there for her. Yeah, they have the screen gets a little blurry around her. I think both these ladies are both going to be pushed upcoming. I think WWE definitely sees Mandy Rose as a star, and I think that Sonya Deville. I'm a huge Sonya Deville fan. Always have been. Since even before she was on Tough Enough, when she used to do the UFC AfterBuzz TV special. So good to see Sonya and Mandy get this showcase here with them starting things off.
Oh, shit.
So here comes Sasha Banks. Boss time. I think Boss time's the new, it's the big dog. Yep. With Roman now out. See, now this, I got to be honest, as much as I love Bayley, and Bayley comes out and does this thing, I think nothing looks more disingenuous than Sasha Banks standing up there ready to do the taunt with Bayley with the inflatable men. It's just very hard to buy into there. I've been saying for years, last year, Elimination Chamber, these two turned on one another, and we've been building and building and building for the inevitable split, and now it seems like they're not going through with it, at least not for this last year. These guys have now been established as a team after some physical, the therapy sessions with Dr. Shelby. So we'll see.
You know what I just realized? The new Divas season, Total Divas. I like how Ronda Rousey is going to be the one on it, and Sasha Banks still has refused.
Absolutely. Sasha's still saying, no way would she.
I mean, I don't blame her. If I was like them, I think I would refuse to in a way. I'm not sure.
Ari said, absolutely not. I won't do Total Divas. I'll reserve my airtime for Watchalong Wrestling's official YouTube page.
I actually do. Just that.
There you go. There you go. So they are locking things up, and we are officially able to begin the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Now, they're building this as the first ever Women's Championship, so I guess we'll say that this is going to be the first ever Women's Tag titles. Now, back in the 80s, they had Women's Tag Champs. They've forgotten about them from history. They've been erased from history, but they did exist.
So what time does the other two come in? As soon as one is eliminated?
Is it every 4 minutes or every 5 minutes?
So you can have all the girls
Maybe
out?
5 minutes. Yeah, you could have all 12 in there at the same time. I don't expect that to happen. Honestly, the way I think this match is going to go, and I don't know, but I think Bayley and Sasha are going to knock off the first couple. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run through most of these teams and then eventually get bulldozed by Nia and Tamina if they come in last. I don't know if that's the order in which they're going to come in. Sasha with a cover and only a 2 count. Interesting to note that all 4 women are in the ring, so they're not doing a standard tag team match. These guys are all in the ring at the same time. Everybody getting their licks in at once. Sasha and Bayley taking I'm going to call them, what was the name of them? Who they were with, Paige? Absolution. It's a little easier. I'll refer to them as Absolution. Sasha with a crossbody to both members of Absolution to the outside there as both of the women fall down. Bayley with a cover, 1, 2, and only a 2 count. Sonya Deville with an arm up there. Going to do a little bit of play-by-play as we watch. Not full play-by-play, but I do realize there's probably some folks who either weren't able to watch the show live. Maybe you're coming home somewhere. You want to turn this on while you're coming home. I'll help you out with a little bit of the play-by-play. And I realize there's probably folks who just didn't watch the show and are tuning in to kind of get that play-by-play when they watch it on demand, and you can kind of sync this up and hope for the best. So, oh my gosh, nice move by Sonya Deville and a 2 count. Bayley breaks up the 2 count on Sasha Banks. Mandy Rose flips Bayley into the corner. Shot to the spine. Picks her up and axe handle on the knee. Dropped her back first on the knee. I guess it was an axe handle. For a 2 count. Beth Phoenix providing quite a bit of good analysis there. Bayley is thrown out to the outside of the ring.
Oh my God, her
What happened?
extensions came out.
Who is this? Mandy Rose?
Yeah.
Mandy Rose extensions falling out.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know if I should say anything.
You're allowed to say anything you want. Everyone is allowed to fully talk. Everyone's fully allowed to react. Anything.
Extensions came out.
Their extensions came out. There we go. Bayley and Sasha both thrown into that chain link fence there on the outside. Be quite the party pooper if I went through this reaction video on everyone has sit in silence while I called the match. By all means, everyone else should feel compelled to react accordingly. But I can't promise you. If you jump for joy, you leaping around, you high five, and maybe you go up for a big chest bump. I'll probably tilt this little camera here on you. Beth Phoenix calling out the Jumping Bomb Angels and some of the women from the past who have worked really hard, as those women's tag teams, saying that they've waited and they've kind of paved the way for the women here to have that opportunity. Oh my gosh! Sonya Deville, knee first, goes to hit Bayley, but she misses, and it goes directly into that chain link fence. Looks like Mandy Rose has gotten one of her boots, those platform shoes, stuck in the chain link fence. Oh, and Bayley hits her with a neck breaker. And Sonya and Mandy are both out, but Sasha and Bayley are as well and can't make that cover as we get the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. It's me just chanting by myself. 4, 3, 2, 1. I was waiting for the.
Oh, next time.
Next time. All right, and it's the Riot Squad. So Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan going in and doing their thing. They're going to be in the match now. So now 3 women's teams have made it into the match, and now throughout the day on Twitter, I don't know where this story started. This was actually rumored to close the show, which I told you guys on the pre-show that on the preview that I did that there was a chance that this is the way they'd go with it, but that is not the way that they've gone. Instead, they've decided to start off with this, which I think is good. It gets people excited. It spaces out the 2 chamber matches, and at the same time, the final chamber match is for the world title. So I have no problem with it.
I see like a...
Oh, Bayley thrown to the ground by Sarah Logan. Loving Logan's new look here with the Viking, yeah.
She looks like a Game of Thrones.
Looks like, yeah.
Oh no, the Vikings from the History Channel, that show.
Are you a fan of the Vikings show?
Yeah, I do watch the Vikings show.
She is the fiance, at least, or maybe even gotten married to one of the members of the War Raiders. So they also had a bit of a Viking wedding, and I only say this because it was all over Twitter. They put it up out all over social media. So I believe she's with Raymond Rowe. Right now, Riot Squad and Absolution going at it there on the mat. Both teams trying to get back to a vertical base. But Mandy was caught by a leg kick there by Liv Morgan. Sonya Deville with a flying knee to the face of Sarah Logan. Sonya Deville so far has been kind of the breakout star of this match here in the early going. She's had a couple of different spots. Now Liv Morgan getting up with Sonya. Big right hand. Both exchanging rights now. Now big slap to the face. Knocks Sonya off her feet. Big right hand from Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan goes for what looks like a handstand type deal, but ended up falling over, but rolls over Sonya Deville for a 2 count. Bicycle kick from Liv Morgan. Sonya comes back. Big kick knocks out Morgan. Morgan, I think, had the record for the shortest entry in this year's Women's Royal Rumble. All 6 women are down. Now Bayley trying to get the cover on Liv Morgan, and no, she kicks out at 2. Sarah Logan was in there in case, but it wasn't necessary. Big flying knee by Bayley into the corner on both Mandy Rose and now Sonya Deville. Big clothesline to Liv Morgan, knocks her down. Ducks a clothesline from Sarah Logan, and back suplex takes down Sarah Logan. Bayley is running wild, and the crowd is into it as Bayley climbs to the top rope. Oh, but she is chopped down of the second rope by Mandy Rose, and now a big-time double superplex off the second rope here from Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. They're double-teaming Bayley, trying to get that in there. Bayley fighting back, and now underneath them come the Riot Squad, and they powerbomb both ladies, and Bayley takes a big vertical suplex in the interim. Kind of that tree of and I will say that was a little sloppy, was it? Huh? Definitely looked like, yeah, little 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The next time. Yeah, it's got to be Carmella and Naomi. I agree. Carmella and Naomi. And what do we know? It's the Iconics. Billie Kay, Peyton Royce getting in the ring. Going for a cover immediately. But everybody kicks out. They're trying to now cover the other team, and they kick out. Another cover, and they kick out. Everyone getting covered by the Iconics. They've kicked out of every one of these near falls. But ever the opportunist. Harkening back to Hall of Famer Edge. Now they're arguing with the officials, saying that that was 3. The official's trying to tell him to respect his authority. I can't tell you who that official is. Oh, and now both of the 2 Iconics with knees now to Liv Morgan, and taking Liv Morgan, throwing her into the corner, shoulder first into the post. Now they're taking Sarah Logan into the post. Now getting rid of Sonya Deville, and now double teaming on Mandy Rose. Kicks to the midsection, and kicks taking Mandy Rose down. And a kick from Peyton Royce now to Sonya Deville, and a double face first to Sonya Deville. Sonya's laid out in the center of the ring. This doesn't look good for her. And now Liv Morgan is laid out in the center of the ring. Peyton Royce and Billie Kay now taking down Sarah Logan, knocking her out in the center of the ring. Every time I see a spot where 6 of the women are down and 2 of the women are standing up, I really expect Michael Cole to say, "What's going to happen next? We'll be right back," and go to a commercial break. Thank heavens this isn't Raw, though. You can go in the archives and check out a live stream I did of Raw and my frustration throughout every match of 2 or 3 different commercial breaks. Yeah, Sasha Banks has been kind of taken out of the equation.
Yeah.
Oh, big knee to the face of Bayley. Peyton going for the cover. Both Iconics going, but here comes Sasha Banks. Right on command, coming in to break up the pinfall. I thought that might have been it for Bayley. I didn't really think that was the end of Bayley. But I'm just saying, it looked like it here that was a 2 count. Oh, boy. A little bit of shade there from Beth Phoenix to Corey Graves.
What did you say?
She said no one asked you, Graves. Because Graves was letting everyone know that Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville were still in the match, and Beth Phoenix was quick to say no one asked Graves. Oh! Taking Sasha midsection first into a spinning heel kick now. Peyton Royce, Billie Kay going for the cover. 2, and Sasha kicks out after having both women on them. It would have been pretty crazy there to see Sasha and Bayley, the first team, eliminated. But this is certainly setting up, in my opinion, for Carmella and Naomi to come in and kind of help out a little bit of Sasha and Bayley. Sasha was just cleared this week for the chamber match, and she has some blue tape on her left shoulder for the injury that she's been facing and dealing with recently. Now, the Iconics are taking Bayley and Sasha and pushing their face against the chain link fence, especially Bayley's. Now Sasha as well. Can't be fun. Crowd is booing. Are they booing? Yeah. They're not liking this attack on the Boston Hug Connection. Big kick to the midsection of Bayley, and now Bayley's being worked on the top rope, and a big right hand, from Billie Kay takes Bayley down on the outside. Both Bayley and Sasha are down on the outside of the ring. Sasha getting them. Oh, and a senton right there from Peyton taking out both women on the outside. Looks like the Iconics are really trying to chop down Bayley and Sasha. And they got a cover on both, but both kick out at 2. All 4 teams still involved. 2 teams left to come, that being Carmella and Naomi, as well as Nia Jax and Tamina. And now it looks like Billie Kay and Peyton Royce going outside. They're giving up on Sasha and Bayley and now moving their attention over to Sonya Deville.
The French fries.
French fries. We're making French fries. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose.
Oh, my God.
Let me know in the comment section what you had on your Elimination Chamber menu tonight. Another countdown here. 3, 2, and 1, and here we go. Who's our pick? Who's next? Who's next?
I think Naomi and Carmella, like Nia Jax and Tamina come out last.
Oh, it is Naomi.
It is Naomi and Carmella.
Nia Jax and Tamina.
Big stiff. Yeah, I think you're right. Naomi takes down both of the Iconics. And Carmella is getting booed, I will say.
Oh, there she is.
No, she's not good. Oh, big kip up there by Naomi. Looking real good, actually. And both Carmella and Naomi now working over and taking both teams, the Iconics as well as Absolution, into the corners. And a big Bronco, but, well, no, just kind of a flying senton there into each one of the corners. Now they're both dancing there, backing up, moonwalking, and another dropkick. They've knocked down all 4 teams. They've completely taken over this match. Billie Kay now climbing the outside chain link fence as Naomi hits Peyton Royce with an enziguri. Carmella now climbing up after Billie Kay, pulling her down. Billie Kay now trying to pull Carmella down, and looks like she's about to powerbomb Carmella off that chain link fence. And now it looks like Billie Kay is taking Carmella over, and Carmella, Hurricane Rana to Billie Kay, takes her right into the chain link fence. Sarah Logan now trying to work on Carmella. Nice super kick party over there from Carmella. Now Carmella with another super kick on Sarah Logan. Big split-legged moonsault on Naomi. But Liv Morgan interrupts. And we might get all 12 women in this match unless someone gets eliminated here super quick. Crossbody from Carmella onto Liv Morgan. Bayley comes over, though. Picks up Carmella. Back suplex. Carmella rolls out the big boot from Billie Kay to Bayley. Sasha with a kick to Billie Kay. Oh! Peyton Royce laying out Bayley. Now Liv Morgan laying out Peyton Royce. This is a really tough call to call this match. I should have stuck with Ronda and Ruby Riot as my match, the match to be called. Sarah Logan now picking up Mandy Rose for a fisherman suplex. Spear by Sonya Deville, who again is now a big-time super kick by Carmella. Everybody is down, and I'm pretty sure we're about to get that 10 countdown again. And I think it's time for Nia and Tamina to come in and clean house. And they're just showing a nice shot of everyone completely laid out, really building up the fact that these women have really given it their all here in this opening contest of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And Naomi and Tamina pounding on that glass, ready to get in there and mix it up. Carmella now getting up. Sonya takes her down, goes for a cover, but Carmella rolls over, and a nice submission hold by Carmella, but Mandy Rose runs over and separates it out. Mandy taking some time to showboat here to the crowd. But she turns around and finds Naomi standing her down, staring her down, and Naomi means business. Right hands now to Mandy Rose. But Mandy kicks her to the midsection. These two have been feuding for a while now. Naomi with a big flying butt to the back of to the face. But Billie Kay rolls up Naomi. Peyton with a leap over. 2, 3. That's the end of Naomi and Carmella. Peyton Royce, Billie Kay eliminating Naomi and Carmella. And Peyton Royce and Billie Kay are leaping for joy. And all excited, saying it's iconic. Not a fan of the Iconics?
No.
Oh. And Peyton Royce now wiping her hands with it. She's having none of it. But as they're continuing to showboat, everyone else is getting up behind the Iconics. Now the Iconics are surrounded as they're trying to explain that now they should all go after each other, begging off all the other teams. Not looking good here for Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. Now Peyton and Billie, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. That's good. Here comes Nia Jax and Naomi, just destroying everybody. But the Iconics were able to escape and stay in the match. No one got to them, and are they back in the pod?
Yeah, you're right.
They're now back in their pod. Are the Iconics, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. They continue to be one of the most entertaining acts, if nothing else. Nia going in there, tons of heat for now. Nia Jax might be literally the top heel in terms of folks just do not like her at all. Now Nia and Tamina looking over and realizing that Billie Kay and Peyton Royce have gone into their pod. Billie Kay and Peyton Royce now giving them the thumbs up, telling them they're doing a good job, and now begging them off. But it looks like Tamina and Nia have had enough, and they're about to open up, and now they're banging on the pod while the Iconics are begging them off, trying to keep that door shut. Not looking good here for the Iconics. And now both Tamina and Nia are prying the doors open on both sides of the pod, and have now got in there as Billie Kay might legitimately be crying. And now hair first, pulling the Iconics out of the pod. And I think that they're on borrowed time here as Tamina and Nia are whipping them into the chain link fence. my wife's enjoying it quite a bit. Now throwing the Iconics back into the ring. Nia with a big grin from ear to ear. Tamina still looks generally not the most enthused, one way or the other. And they pick both women up. Double Samoan drops. That should be all they wrote. Double pin combination. 2, 3. Goodbye, Iconics. We are down to 4. And in comes Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. Big time fist to Nia Jax. Now they're double teaming on Nia as Tamina's just crawling around the ring. She did. Nia with double drop kick to Nia into the corner, though. Sarah Logan picks up Liv, but Nia catches Liv. But Liv with a Hurricane Rana into Nia, knocks her down in the second turnbuckle. Double knees to the back from Sarah Logan. Another one. The Riot Squad running wild. And now, oh, so Liv Morgan goes 2. Oh, but Nia pushes Sarah Logan over and separates the pinfall. That was sick. It looked like basically Liv Morgan had someone there for a reverse DDT, and then Sarah flipped Morgan up in the air, and she came down in a stunner on Tamina and got a 2 count. Now Bayley and Sasha back in, taking down Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. You would think the 6 ladies would just decide to team up together just for, in the interim, to take out Nia and Tamina. Bayley with a big knee to the face. Sasha with a big knee to the face on Tamina. Tamina now down and now rolling to the outside. Double axe down to Morgan. There she is caught and pushed down hard onto her backside by both Boston Hug Connection. And now they're doing the same move to Sarah, knocking Sarah down into the bottom of onto the ground. 2 and kick out by Logan. Not kicked out of both of the move there from the Riots, from the Boston Hug Connection. Now it looks like Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville. Mandy now has Bayley back in the corner. She's kicking her in the midsection while Sonya is picking Sasha Banks up. Now it looks like Absolution's going to get over and take Sasha, throw her into the corner. Bayley now drops Mandy Rose onto her face into the corner. And now slingshot takes Sonya Deville directly into that top turnbuckle. Bayley calling Sasha over. They're setting something up. Now putting Sonya Deville onto that second turnbuckle. And now bringing Mandy Rose onto the bottom turnbuckle. This doesn't look good for Mandy Rose nor Sonya Deville. Now Sasha with knees takes both women down. Rolls her into the corner. That could be it for Sonya Deville, but Sonya kicks out. Wow, these guys are really going out of here. Oh, and Nia and Tamina laying out Bayley, which draws a little frustration from the rest of the room I'm with right now, that's for sure. Nia now going over and looking over at Bayley. Riot Squad now climbing up to the top of the pod to attempt, it looks like, to get away, but looks like they're setting something up, and I'm personally a little nervous for them being up there, but Nia throwing Mandy into the chain-linked fence as Tamina and Sonya Deville battled by the other chain-linked fence. Cross bodies in unison by both Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan off the pod. Logan pulling Sonya Deville into the center of the ring. One, and she kicked out at one. That was weird. 1.5. She didn't even get a 2 count. Sarah Logan leaped off the top of the pod, took out everybody there, as did Liv Morgan. And so far, all these women have really had a nice showcase in this match. This is a good one, guys. Go out of your way to check this out. And now it looks like Liv Morgan climbing up to the top rope and now climbing again up to that pod, or teasing it, but Nia Jax says, looks like she's got her leg. Liv Morgan trying to kick Nia Jax off. My wife's getting up. She's getting into it. And now, oh boy, looks like Nia's got her up for a Samoa drop off the top rope to Liv Morgan. Tamina on the other corner. And now getting ready for the Superfly Splash. Super fly. Nailing both members of the Riot Squad. 2, 3, goodbye. Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan have been eliminated from the match. Nia Jax and Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan are gone. So it's down to Sasha Banks and Bayley, Nia Jax and Tamina, and still in the match, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Been a good one so far. The two women teams who have started the match are still in there, and the women team that came in last is still in there. Now Nia Jax picks up Sasha, throws her out of the ring right on top of Sonya Deville. And now it looks like, as the Riot Squad exit the chamber itself, it looks like Nia Jax is picking Bayley up by her hair, picking her up, throwing her to the outside. And Bayley's face, is that Bayley?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow, Bayley's face now pushed up against that that chain link fence. One lone fan trying a Nia chant. And she's committed. She is committed. Nia now stalking Bayley, waiting for her to get up, Oh, God. This isn't looking good. Bayley moves, and Nia Jax through that plexiglass right there through the pod. She's now in one of the pods. She was going for a spear, but Bayley ducked out. Nia is out in the pod, laying there unconscious right now. Could this spell the end for Nia and Tamina? Now Bayley and Sasha getting back in the ring. Tamina realizing she's all alone now as Nia Jax is incapacitated in that pod, laying there motionless. Oh! I'll tell you, as I said during our 2011 Elimination Chamber watch along, if you go back in the archives, that plexiglass, they love that spot. Bless you.
Thank you.
Sasha now getting up. Double knees to the face of Tamina. Bayley now going up. And it looks like all 4 women are all working over Tamina. Elbow drop by Bayley. All 4 women cover her up. Tamina and Nia have been eliminated. And much like in Elimination Chamber 2011, a show that myself and Dave just watched last week, we are down to the 2 women's team. The 2 teams that started this whole shebang are going to be cleaning it up as it is the Boss and Hug connection, and it is Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Crowd is doing a yes chant. They're so happy that Tamina and Nia have been eliminated. It's a guy with one of the most epic beards I've seen sitting in the front row. Nia's not happy as she's getting out of the ring there with Tamina.
It's going to be Sonya and Mandy.
You know, that would be quite the showcase for them.
Because Sasha and Bayley are up for other things, bigger things.
Crowd chanting, na 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 na, hey, hey, goodbye. What do you got there?
Pomegranate beer. It's really good.
Schaufhofer? There you go. Love it.
Much needed.
That's right, after a long work day, right? And now all 4 women going at it hard. What a showcase this would be for Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. I still say, though, that the women's belts need the champions to make them, especially in the for their first going. As I said during that preview, that's why I think that could very well be the Boss and Hug connection here. Mandy Rose picking her up, looked like for almost an inverted pedigree, yeah. Oh, now throwing Mandy Rose into the knee of Sasha Banks. Sasha now, though, Sonya catches her up, rolls up Sasha. Bayley coming in and catches Sonya with a knee. Now, backstabber. Bayley to Bayley. Belly to Bayley. 1, 2. And Mandy breaks it up. I thought that was it. Wow, that was crazy. Crowd giving these women a well-deserved "this is awesome." Bayley to Belly. Is it Bayley to Belly or Belly to Bayley?
You said Bayley to Belly. Belly to Belly.
It's just, no, but I think something with Bayley, isn't it? Bayley to Belly. Bayley to Belly. There you go. Now Mandy Rose is climbing up to the scaling that chain link fence, kicking Sasha Banks off and still climbing up there. That would be nutty. Dave calling for a Bayley to Belly off the chamber pod. Mandy Rose is up on that chamber pod now with both Sasha and Bayley chasing her from behind. They're both climbing up there. I'll channel Jim Ross is saying, they're getting up there hot and I don't like it a damn bit. And now Bayley is coming after Mandy Rose. Sasha helping Bayley up there now. Boss and Hug ready to win the match. To go and knock Mandy off the top.
Oh, shit. It's a big moment.
Oh, they threw her into the plexiglass in the back. Sasha directing traffic. They're about to throw Mandy Rose off the top of the pod onto Sonya Deville. Boss and Hug getting ready to win the match. Taking Mandy off. But here comes Sonya. Scaling the side as well. Bayley kicking her off. Sonya fighting back. Mandy fighting back. Now all 4 women are getting up to that pod. Bayley kicking the hands away from Sonya. Sonya falls. Now Mandy's still on the top of that pod. Bayley falls off the pod. Oh my God, that was, oh boy. Sonya just speared Bayley, and Bayley went spine first into that steel bearing that holds the pod together. It looked like it was supposed to go through the plexiglass. Sasha going down and checking on Bayley, though, so thinking she's okay, but it looks stiff as all hell. Now Sasha throwing Sonya Deville into the corner. Mandy coming up after Sasha. Oh, now she throws Sasha face first into the pole. Could this be it? Picking up Mandy Rose. She's got double face buster. Double underhook. Oh! Mandy takes out Sasha. 1, 2. Kicks out at 2. That's still going. Dave with a great reaction. Sonya covers her, and no, she kicked out again. I thought she had her because she had hooked the leg, but she kicked out a second time. What a match. Now Sasha being thrown shoulder first into that turnbuckle, right onto where her left shoulder that she's had trouble with. You think Sonya and Mandy? My wife's sticking with her pick. And now picking Sasha up. Oh, but Sonya spears Mandy. Sasha ducked the spear. Bayley is still not getting up, though. It's still Sasha trying to fend off both members of the former Absolution. Bayley's still knocked out from when she was speared back first into that pole. Now Sasha gets her for the bank statement. Trying to get it locked in, but Sonya's fighting off. Sasha trying to get it in, but she can't do it because of her own shoulder. Now she's trying to use her leg to get it cinched in. And she does it with her version of with her foot underneath the neck and underneath the chin. Sonya taps out. Bayley and Sasha, your first ever women's champions. Sasha did it on her own. Thanks for nothing, Bayley. That was pretty cool. So Sasha couldn't lock in the bank statement, so she used her foot to pull back. Now Bayley comes in, no issue with celebrating. And Sasha and Bayley get the win. Does anyone pick them?
No.
I think June did. June picked him.
I thought it would be too obvious.
Good for June over there.
That's
He got the dub.
It was too obvious. So I thought they were going to give Mandy and Rose or Nia Jax for them a chance.
I think once Mandy had her finish, I thought that was it.
Yeah.
So the inaugural Women's Tag Team Champions, Bayley and Sasha Banks, the Boss and Hug Connection. A great, great match. This exceeded all expectations. Every team got a little moment to shine in there. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose had just a well of a performance. A great job. And I liked it. What did everyone think? Good match?
Yeah.
I think it's good, June? Yeah. Ari, good match?
Good match.
Good match. We enjoyed. We will say so long for now, but make sure you subscribe to Watchalong Wrestling. Turn on your notifications. We are going to be back later tonight, probably after the show's over, but you'll see us later on to go over and do the men's Elimination Chamber World Title match later tonight. Enjoy the rest of the show for now. We'll catch up with you guys in a bit. I am Tommy on the Spot, signing off for the Women's Tag Team. Let's hang out, I guess. We got a little post-match interview. We know how these tend to go, so let's see. Crowd's booing them, right?
Why are they getting booed?
I don't know. Lots of big Boss and Hug signs everywhere. I'm not sure. Oh, now crowd now chanting, "You deserve it." So maybe. Sasha and Bayley both look very, very emotional. Both very excited about this. Calling it right now. I'm thinking WrestleMania. It's going to be Sasha and Bayley defending the tag titles against Trish Stratus and Lita. How about that for a WrestleMania match?
You deserve it? Okay.
Big you deserve it. Crowd was not. It seemed like they were booing in the beginning, but now they've seemed to come around. Sasha's show overcome by emotion. She can't even talk.
Nobody knows how hard we fought to get these. If you guys legit only know, we don't just do this for us.
Now they're both.
We do this for everybody in the back.
They're booing him earlier. They started the "You Deserve It" now.
And this is just the beginning of more change to come. Because we're here for a purpose, and we are going to continue to do what we love and do what we do best.
Sasha's saying they're there for a purpose. They're there for change. They're here to do what they do best.
Your new WWE Tag Team Women's.
Is this the first one?
First ever women's champ since the
I
80s.
know.
Right.
I didn't think about it. Oh my God, guys. This is the first one. Of course they're going to pick Sasha and Bayley.
Yeah.
They're going to pick no Mandy and...
Well, and that's the thing I was trying to, that was the point I was trying to make. This is not a situation where the title makes the people. It's the superstars have to make that championship, make it legitimate. So you put two big stars there like Bayley and Sasha Banks, and away we go. Sasha and Bayley now holding up the belts, big hugs. Looks like we're ready for the next match. We're going to go watch. We're going to have some grub. We will catch up with you guys for the men's world title elimination chamber match later on tonight. If you're watching this tomorrow morning, then you'll just be able to go right into the YouTube channel and find that on there. So this has been Tommy on the Spot for Watchalong Wrestling. Make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on. You never know when we'll be back. Until next time, everybody, thanks so much for checking us out, and we'll see you in a bit.